put your left arm out. Got it? Okay, now put your right arm out, both of them at the same time. Now flap real hard, come down here and get it. Right. Okay, what we're going to do is, no, we're just kidding. Put your right arm out. Put your right arm out again. Okay, now Yo-Yo's going to bring the money back to you, and she's going to put it in the palm of your hand. Hold really still. It's not going to hurt you. She'll take the money up. When she puts it in your hand, close your fingers lightly over the dollar bill, okay? There's the money, Yo-Yo. Right back up there and put it in her hand. There you go. That's Yo-Yo. She's a rose-breasted cock.
The next bird we'd like to bring out is one of the largest trained flying birds in the world. His name is Clarence. He's a Cenarius vulture from Southeast Asia, and he'll be coming off that wall to your far right. He stands about 3 feet tall, has a 9-foot wingspan, weighs 23 pounds, and here we go, Clarence, one big jump. Right down here. Don't forget to put down the landing gear. Come on over here, Clarence. These birds are found in the Himalayan mountains between 4,000 and 12,000 feet. One of the only vultures in the world that have feathers that fold at the back of their necks, like you see on Clarence, and run down their legs. Now, scientists believe that's a specialized adaptation to protect these particular birds from the cold at the altitudes where they live. Cenarius vultures are sometimes called European black vultures. Largest vultures in the Old World, meaning vultures that come from the European and Asian areas. These birds are quite a bit different from the New World vultures, the vultures we have here in the Americas, because these birds have stronger beaks and talons designed for carrying. And everything you see Clarence do out here is all natural, except for one thing. When we point to either one of these stumps, he'll just race right over there and jump up on top. But everything else is natural, the way Clarence can skip when he runs. And even the way Clarence can walk like Groucho Marx. Now, we didn't find Cenarius vultures are terrific catches. We're going to show you what a great catch Clarence can be. I'm going to go down to the other side of the stage, take a little piece of meat, and toss it in the air for Clarence to catch. So that's for you for being a good boy. And wait right there. This is great. The best part of the whole show, right here and now. Here we go, Clarence. Time for the big catch. Clarence, we're going from the stump today. The only other... Anyone over there? Okay, boss. All right, Clarence, are you ready for the big catch? Here we go! Catch it, Clarence! What a catch! Oh, that's Clarence. He's a Cenarius vulture.
We're extremely proud of the next bird we're going to bring out. His name is Maxwell. Maxwell's an emu from Australia. Actually, we got him from the San Diego Zoo a few years ago. Here he comes, right out that door. We've been working with Maxwell using a method called the positive reward system. Now, the way that works, Max is rewarded for the things that he does right. He gets a bite of food down here, I turn him around and send him down to Sunny. He did that right, so Maxwell gets a reward, just like that. She then turns him around, and Sunny sends him back down here to me for another bite of his favorite emu cookies, because Maxwell did that right again. Then I turn him around, and I send him back down to Sunny, where he gets another reward, because once again, Maxwell did just what he's supposed to do. And she turns him around and sends him back down here to me for another bite of his favorite cookies, because Maxwell did that right again. And I turn him around, and I send him... You get the idea? After 3 years, this is all Maxwell does. We're really proud of him. Aren't really sure how intelligent Maxwell is, but we have a few ideas. And we're not sure where this routine will go from here, or if we'll go anywhere at all. But we know one thing, it will definitely contain some running, because Maxwell does that so very well. Look at him go. Now, these birds have been known to reach speeds of 30 or 40 miles an hour in the wild. We'd like to try to demonstrate some of that right now, so I'm going to back up and give Maxwell some extra room. I'll come down here for his final bite. There you go, Maxwell. Okay, turn around now and let's see some speed. Look at him go. He must be doing at least 90. Roaring across the stage. After 3 years of lots of fun, rigorous training, we're still working on the rough edges. Greatest looking legs in the park. There goes Maxwell. He's our emu. Red-tailed hawks are very large North American birds of prey. They have long, broad wings that are designed for soaring on the winds and thermals created off the Earth's surface. Now, sometimes from that soar, they'll spot a rodent on the ground below and go into a dive, or a stoop as it's called, to catch that rodent, their natural prey. So these birds have been clocked at speeds of up to 125 miles an hour in that dive, something that's rarely seen in the wild, and we'd like to demonstrate it for you today with a red-tailed hawk named Samantha. She's in that helium balloon 500 feet above us. She'll step out of the balloon, position herself, and then dive straight down towards the theater. Now, we're not really sure how fast Sam will get going in her dive. When she reaches her top speed, she'll get very close to that 100-mile-an-hour mark. So keep your eye on the balloon, because she'll be stepping out at any moment. There's the door. There she comes, Sam, right over the theater. Okay, Sam, pull up those wings. Here she comes straight into a dive. She's coming down. What a bullet. That's Samantha, a red-tailed hawk.
One of the most widespread and adaptive of all the families of birds is the corvus family. Now this includes ravens, crows, magpies, and jays. These birds are very bold and aggressive. And up until now, as far as we know, no one's been able to actually direct a raven to flight the way we have with Jessie. We've trained Jessie to fly through the theater. That is not Jessie. Now the reason we've done this is that many people have asked us the differences between ravens and crows. Well, ravens are very large birds with large heads and long rounded tails, as you can see on Jessie. Jessie should be through here about 12 o'clock. Soon. Now, ravens have long rounded tails and very large heads. Crows, on the other hand, are quite a bit smaller. They have short squirt head tails and usually fly together in flocks or colonies. So you'll see a number of those birds flying together at the same time. Now, ravens are very strong birds, and they'll spend a great deal of time each day on the wing, soaring about and searching for their food. And notice as Jessie goes out over this hillside to your left, he catches just a little bit of a breeze or updraft that rolls off that hill. And that helps to pick him up and carry him around the back, so he really doesn't have to work too hard at all. Now he goes over that hillside. There's not much wind today, so he's flying kind of low. We'll have him come through the theater one more time, go out over that hillside, open up his big broad wings, and he pumps all the way around. Now this time as he comes around, we'll have him go right on down to David. Jessie. Now the eagle has always fascinated men with its magnificent beauty and has been a symbol of strength throughout history. This is Diana, and she's a golden eagle. Now unfortunately, when Diana was young, she was taken from her nest by some people who shouldn't have done so. Later, she was confiscated by the Fish and Wildlife Service, and then she was turned over to us to use in our educational program, so that you can take a closer look at a golden eagle and perhaps learn a few facts about them. The golden eagle gets its name from the golden-colored feathers that are located on the nape of their neck. Diana weighs 9 pounds, and she has a wingspan of about 6 feet. Now, eagles are very beneficial in the wild, as are all birds of prey. They eat small rodents such as rats, squirrels, mice, gophers, and even snakes. And they're not above eating carrion either, so they help keep the wild cleaned up for us in that respect. Now, it's unfortunate, but researchers have found that of all the birds of prey that are born each year, 70% of them will not even live to be 1 year old. This is partially due to natural causes, but mostly it's due to man's encroachment, loss of the bird's natural habitat, and due to the mere fact that so many of these beautiful birds are shot each year by someone who wants to take a closer look at that particular bird, or by someone who just wants something to shoot at. Well, we feel sure that by bringing these birds before you today, by showing you how magnificent they are and telling you how beneficial they can be, you'll gain a greater understanding and thus have a greater respect for all of the birds around you. And that's Diana. She's a golden eagle. And now we'd like to direct your attention to the helium balloon 500 feet above us. Up there we have a harris hawk waiting for us. Now, harris hawks are found in California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. And this afternoon we'd like to try and duplicate the accurate and exciting mid-air attack or catch of a harris hawk. Their natural flying prey are pigeons, doves, or quail. But we won't be using any of those. We'll be using a small leather object called a lure, which will simulate the harris hawk's prey. Now, briefly, what will happen, the door will open, and the harris hawk will immediately go into a dive straight down towards the theater. At a given moment, the leather lure will be thrown from the top of the rock structure right out over the audience. Doesn't this sound like fun? The harris hawk will catch that lure, we hope, and then fly backstage. So if you have cameras, try to keep them focused on the lure. Keep your eyes on the door, because here she comes. Now, she can reach a speed of 60 to 80 miles an hour in this dive. Now watch for the lure, and a perfect catch.
How about a nice hand today for Sunni Black, Dave Bender, and Greg Sorini. Well, on behalf of all of us today, thank you very much for being our guests. We've enjoyed having you. We certainly hope you enjoy the rest of the afternoon right here at the park. Thank you very much.